Hey everyone, it's Bob Perkins with aa-isp's Inside Sales Studio, bringing you another edition of the Monday Morning Sales Minute. We're back week number 2 in a mini-series with Jill Rowley. Jill, how are you doing today?
I couldn't be better, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Well, it was great having you last week, and you're going to continue some of your tips on social selling. You're a social selling strategist, an expert in that field. And I know you're working with a lot of companies now to help them advance their digital selling strategy. And this term digital, we're hearing it a lot. In fact, some companies are starting to migrate their selling nomenclature into the word digital. What are you seeing out there around that?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the good question. So digital sales transformation. Digital is just a new way to work. It's a new way to think. And think about collaborative, connected, ecosystem. That's the new way to think. We're thinking more in real time, in the moment, on the fly. So that's it. And the new way to work is data-driven, tech-enabled. So digital sounds complicated, but it's a mindset of collaborative and helpful. And it's a skill set of data and systems and technology and so forth.
Well, what a great, and I'm so glad you said that, because I'm sitting here as you're talking, I'm thinking, man, inside sales helped usher in the era of digital. We really did.
Absolutely.
A lot of stuff, real-time chatting, texting, all that stuff. So this is an exciting time for our profession, whether you call it just sales, inside sales, digital. So Jill, why don't you share tip number 2 on social selling this week for the viewers?
Yeah, so tip number 2 is be where your buyers are. Be where your buyers are offline, at events, online, in social networks. Be visible to your buyers where your buyers are learning, and be valuable to your buyers where your buyers are learning.
That's fantastic. The last 2, be visible and be valuable. Talk a little bit about those.
Yeah. If your buyers are learning more in digital and in social, the data shows that they're self-educating, that they're actually avoiding engaging with sales professionals until much later in their buying process. So if you want to be visible and valuable in the early stage of the buying process particularly, you need to be visible, relevant, valuable, sharing insights, sharing content that would help the buyer answer a question that they have. You need to be a source of knowledge and inspiration and insights to your buyers.
And so when the time does come to make a connection, it's more of a natural connection, right?
And one of the things I talk about a lot is I try to find content or events that my buyer is taking part in. Yeah. So for example, here's a magazine of top 100 sales leaders and sales ops and enablement leaders. It's called The Future of Sales, right? So if someone that I'm trying to connect with is interviewed in this magazine, I'm going to share that article on LinkedIn, and I'm going to tag that individual so that they know I'm sharing content about them.
The last 2 words you just said about them, we as salespeople need to first make it about them. You have a little saying about interested, interesting.
Yeah, to be interesting, you must be interested in something other than yourself.
I love it. And I would just, add on to that, salespeople, we got to stop with our very first contact. Let me tell you what we do. Well, people know what you do most of the times anyway. So
I talk about, Bob, deposits before you make a withdrawal. And so if you're a sales professional, for the first time you're touching me, you're telling me about you and your company and your products and the awards you've won and the funding that you have. I don't care. You haven't earned the right. You haven't made a deposit. You haven't given me anything of any value to me. So you have to make a deposit before you can ask for a withdrawal. And 10 minutes of my time is a big withdrawal.
People get annoyed when their phone rings. You said something earlier about people don't want to be bothered. The phone rings, they get annoyed before they even know who it is, unless they have caller ID, they know it's their, their spouse or one of their family members. So you got to earn that right. I love that. Jill, you have so many great tips. You're going to share more of these tips, I know, at the Leadership Summit coming up in April.
That's right.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you there, and can't wait for it. So everyone, thanks for joining us on the Monday Morning Sales Minute. Jill, thanks for sharing your expertise. Until next time, everyone, have a great day and good selling. Bye-bye.